You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, YNR fans, Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I just want to talk real quick about some cast changes at the CBS soap opera. We've got 3 exits to discuss, an actor's drop to recurring, and a comeback for this summer. So let's dive into the ins and outs at Young and the Restless, but please subscribe if you're not following us yet. Real quick, I'm just going to talk about the comeback. I've mentioned it before, but I just want to reiterate because we're getting closer to that comeback. Faith Newman will be back. It looks like she is going to have some sort of summer storyline. All right. The big news, though, there's been some changes in the credits that we need to talk about and some exits that haven't yet made it into the credits. So one thing to know, if you've not noticed it already, is that Young and the Restless, like its sister soap, Bold and the Beautiful, tends to treat its viewers like mushrooms, Keep them in the dark and feed them bullcrap. They rarely announce or confirm cast changes, but that doesn't mean that they've not happened. Fans notice these things. I think the soaps think that we don't notice things. I don't know. Like the fact that Sharon Case is so very rarely seen as Sharon Newman. She's still in the contract section of the end credits, but then again, so is Michael Graziadei as Daniel Romalotti. So, So as of the most recent episode, June 12th, I think, contract players, just real quick, include Peter Bergman as Jack, Eric Braeden as Victor, Sharon Case as Sharon Rosales, Sean Dominic as Nate, Melissa Claire Egan as Chelsea, Haley Aaron as Claire, Michael Graziadei, as I mentioned, Cameron Grimes as Mariah, Mark Grossman as Adam, Amelia Heinle as Victoria, Courtney Hope as Sally, Brighton James as Devon, Crystal Khalil as Lily, Allison Lanier as Summer, Christian LeBlanc as Michael, Kate Linder as Esther, Michael Mueller as Kyle, Joshua Morrow as Nick, Melissa Ordway as Abby, Melody Thomas Scott as Nikki, Zuleyka Silver as Audra, Trevor St. John as Tucker, Michelle Stafford as Phyllis, Jason Thompson as Billy, and last, but certainly not least, Susan Walters as Diane. They list these in the first section of the credits alphabetically. Then there's the section where they list recurring and guest actors. These are Tracy Bregman as Lauren, Christopher Cousins as Alan Laurent, Eileen Davidson as Ashley, Kate Fairbanks as Tessa, and right after her, if you watch the latest credits, right there, Connor Floyd as Chance. He has been dropped from contract to recurring. And listed after him is Tucker's new assistant. I don't know if she's going to be around a lot. Plus Beth Maitland as Tracy, Redding Munsell as Harrison, J. Eddie Peck as Cole, and then that's it. Nobody else. So real quickly, before I talk more about these credit things that mean big changes, Eileen Davidson is still in the credits, but she seems to be out for now. Ashley is off to rehab, and we may not see her again for a while. She's made it pretty clear she isn't interested in being on contract, but she will come back for special occasions like anniversaries and then interesting storylines written for her, like the recent DID one. Also out, but still listed in the credits, is Christopher Cousins, who played her therapist friend, Alan Laurent, and his evil twin, who is now dead. But guess who's not in the credits anywhere? Brytni Sarpy, who plays Doctor Elena Dawson. She's not been seen on YNR since November of last year. For her to not even be listed in the recurring credits is a huge red flag that Young and the Restless might have quietly exited her without telling anybody. I mean, she, I'm sure, knows her status. Or maybe she decided to leave because they weren't writing for her and she didn't alert the media, which, that's her business. Either way, it seems that Brytni Sarpy is out, and that's what I'm going to conclude, unless and until we see evidence to the contrary. Either YNR says, no, it's just a mistake, or we see her back on the show, or she comes out and says, yeah, I didn't say anything, but yeah, I'm out. Brytni Sarpy has not had a plot as Elena in a good long time, and that's unfortunate. Brytni is beautiful. She is talented. I loved her when she was on General Hospital, but they didn't write very well for her, and then they stopped writing for her at all, so she left. And then I was super happy to see her over at Young and the Restless, but now they've basically done the same thing, not writing well for her, then not writing at all for her. So anyway, she seems to be gone. And just as Connor, or recently he's dropped to recurring status, I don't know the exact date of the credits where he changed, but he popped up on an episode. So at least they are still writing for him to some extent, but with Summer Newman getting all jealous about Claire's increasing role in Kyle's life, I mean, who knows how long that's going to last. At this point, Chance is basically kind of an accessory in the Chancellor Winters corporate blah blah plot that doesn't thrill me, and somebody for Summer to complain to about her ex-husband before they have the occasional romp in the sack. I mean, we'll see how it goes if he ever gets more material. I've also been a little worried about Zuleyka Silver after Audra split from Tucker and her making that move to take over Glissade, which is headquartered in Paris. On Thursday's episode, she tells him she's already taken it from him. We'll see. I'm keeping an eye on that as well. I like her. She's gorgeous. And Tucker and Nate are both pursuing her. So hopefully she'll stick around. Tucker offers her Glissade on Thursday's episode, but when she says she's basically already made a move to take it, he might go crazy and try to do something to wreck her plans. We'll see. And although Eddie Peck is in the recurring section as Cole, he's getting a bigger storyline by the day. You know, he was initially brought in short term as part of this Jordan and Claire thing, and I honestly thought he might wind up collateral damage with his crazy aunt trying to kill people. But I think then they pivoted and decided to keep him around, which is great because Victoria has had such a bad run in the love department, and I really hated her with Nate because she was just using him. And now Cole's got a Victor plot as well as his blossoming renewed romance with Victoria. I'm absolutely enjoying him. I know about his history and when he was on before when Heather Tom played Victoria, but I wasn't watching back when he had those first years, brief years at Y&R, and J. Eddie is definitely growing on me. All right, so the big news is Eileen is out for now, Connor dropped to recurring, and Brytni is MIA and likely gone for good unless we hear otherwise. Thanks for checking us out. Please subscribe if you haven't and come back for more spoilers, casting news, everything you need to know. This is Belinda from Soap Dirt. We are here talking Young and the Restless 7 days a week, so be sure to drop by and drop your comments.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.